Processing output.
Attention viewers, BigJackFilms is unavailable at the moment due to missing in action. But he has left a recording before his absence for you to enjoy.
The following is a fan-based video review under fair use. Kong Return to the Jungle is owned by BKN International, Genius Entertainment, and Morningstar Entertainment. Please support the official release and streaming services. But alas, that's not the real ending to the animated series, is it? So join me next time as we take a look at the CGI sequel. Let's just get it over with. Welcome back to my two-part look back of Kong the Animated Series, with the two follow-up direct-to-video features. Last time we took a look at the 2005 PJ cash grab that feels less like a Kong movie and more like a Land Before Time musical sequel. But this time around, we moved to 2D to 3D with the final installment of the animated series. So, let's build a raft and float this sucker to the demise of civilization with Kong Return to the Jungle. Quite the tongue twist of titles and events, isn't it? The sequel this time around goes from Skull Island to Atlantis to New York City, as our heroes of the series, Jason and Tand, voiced again by Scott McNeil and Kirby Murrow, are overseeing the opening of a new zoo in Manhattan, run by Hunter Stagg, voiced by Paul Dobson. Gee, I hope the voice of Naraku doesn't end up being a treacherous bad guy.
How is it that the trust you held in each other was so easily destroyed?
However, trouble, of course, comes not from the voice of a spider, but the voice of a Predacon, with the return of the series villain Ramon de la Porta, voiced by David Kaye, who turns out this whole time was working for Hunter Stagg in order to capture Kong to bring him to captivity in his zoo. Paul Dobson and David Kaye joining forces as bad guys. Where have I seen this before?
I should know the name of the one I make a pact with. My apologies. Call me Naraku.
It's so odd to see my favorite TV show and my favorite movie somehow bridged together. I guess InuYasha Dinosaur 101 is onto something here with that Jurassic World crossover he's working on. That, or I hope it doesn't abridge into any eventful storylines in the future. Ah, damn it! Why does that keep happening? Moving on. With a few more plot points added, we'll talk about later, Skull Island falls under attack by De La Porta and his cybernetic army, capturing the dinosaurs and, of course, Kong himself, and ships them back to Manhattan. But unfortunately, because action sequence, the dinosaurs break loose along with Kong himself and begin a rampage through the city, and it's up to Jason and the gang to round up the animals and get Kong back to Skull Island alive. So how does the final film in this era stand above the rest, transferring from the hand-drawn animation to CGI? Well, this may sound weird, but out of all the installments of Kong the Animated Series, I find it odd that its ending is actually the best of the entire show. Now, I don't necessarily mean, oh thank God this series is over. I honestly mean that despite its cliches, its cheapness, and just plain dollar store quality badness, not gonna lie, it actually in some regards has some of the best entertainment of the series. And maybe because it's safer and more basic with the Kong tropes among others, is why I can tolerate it a little more than the rest of the damn series. And in that regard, maybe this era of the franchise could have been better had the whole show just went from CGI rather than 2D. Okay, maybe not. Now, there is nothing to talk about in regards to the characters. That's the same shit we've seen. But I do have a few positives to throw at this. For one thing, it does act like a proper finale to the show. It ties a lot of the loose ends and explains a lot of things the show failed to tell, both good and bad. The second being, honestly, the cliches. It not only has a lot of homages to the previous Kong films, but also takes elements from other films both past and future. It not only feels like a prototype to the later Jurassic World films, but also, of all things, a prototype to Kong King of the Apes. And in comparison, despite lesser quality animation, I'd rather watch this than that piece of shit again. Yes, folks, I know there's a second season, and yes, I know they cross over with Tarzan, but I'm not gonna touch it again. Stop asking me. unless you support me on Patreon. The rampages with Kong and the dinosaurs, it's bland, yeah, but how often do you honestly see dinosaurs attack cities at this scale outside of a Godzilla movie and other than The Lost World? Not too often, but it's always welcomed. Hell, even McDonald's pitched a movie like this.
Hey, you're gonna give yourself nightmares watching that stuff.
Well, I can't stop now. The dinosaurs are eating their way through Central Park.
Is that Attack of the Dinosaurs? Why didn't you tell me? I love that movie.
Though, to be fair, it's no Attack of the Super Monsters.
The Earth is ours!
God, that movie is silly. Back to Kong. Another thing I will compliment is that Kong looks a tad better here than he does in the entirety of the animated series. Yeah, sure, the fusion thing is still stupid, but this movie is a tad more respectful to Kong's legacy. Most notably in, surprisingly enough, the flashbacks to 1933. Yeah, no kidding, they literally recreate and retell the original Kong story, but do manage to incorporate it into the show's continuity, so it's less of a recap of the original film's canon and more retelling it. Hell, the 33 flashbacks have some slight 1996 vibes to them. But other than those positives, the rest of the film suffers as much as the rest of the series. It still has stupid concepts, it retcons a lot of the Kong mythos, and still has musical moments like the previous film. However, unlike the last film, this one just has songs sung by random artists rather than the characters themselves. Pretty much a dollar store version of Walt Disney's Tarzan. And come on, who doesn't like Phil Collins? And thankfully, as a finale, the movie is relatively short and moves at a faster pace. But I'm sorry, I just can't get over the fact that there was no merchandise or toy line based on this animated series. I mean, even the Godzilla animated series almost got a toy line, and those were just prototypes. I don't even know who to contact on this one.
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
God damn it! First Razor Blade and now Monster Island buddies? What do you guys want?
Well, you brought up that Kong the Animated Series never got a toy line like Godzilla did. And considering my reputation with kaiju toys and merchandise, I'd figure I'd lend a hand.
Yeah, I know, it's total bogus. Why the hell didn't they do a toy line?
Honestly, that's the only round of information that really isn't present. To my knowledge, outside of a few tiny bits of merchandise here or there, no toy line for Kong the Animated Series was ever considered, though some fans have made items that have appeared online.
Yeah, that doesn't count, MIB.
Do you just reference my initials as a Men in Black joke?
Yes, that was totally a reference to the Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones sci-fi series. That's a total ripoff of Ghostbusters that I'm not the biggest fan of. Oh! God damn it!
Serves you right. Brendan Tenold sends his regards.
Oh! Oh, Christ. Another one! Yes, as I was doing my research, there was another Kong animated series game for the Game Boy Advance. This one actually predating the King of Atlantis game. God, every time I think I'm done, there's always another one that just keeps fucking popping up. So, let's just take a quick little look at this game. And it's pretty much the same as the first game. Nothing too special, nothing much to add, except the graphics look a little nicer, and it feels more on par with the series and Kong in general. Though there's things like these weird brown panda bears, and Castlevania 2-esque tornadoes, and other weird Fern Gully shit that I have no comment on. On the plus side, there actually are some dinosaurs and other creatures in this game, even a giant snake, so kudos to the game developers, I guess. But all in all, it's just the same game as the last one I played. These are really just kind of simple side-scrollers that aren't really special, and you can get through in a short period of time. Are they something I would play all the time? No, but if you're a Kong collector, there's something to have, I guess. Short review, all things considered, but if I had to pick the best installment of the animated series, the final film I'd actually give a pass on. All in all, Kong Return to the Jungle is a quick animated adventure. The action set pieces are pretty cool, the animation is a bigger upgrade, and is a quick sit for the kids. It's clear this era was on its last legs and the showrunners decided to go all out with a bang with whatever they had. I did enjoy it for being the last of this era, and I also did enjoy it for at least trying to end on a high note and with some flashy entertainment. Is it something I go back to anytime soon? Probably not. But I at least had some one-shot fun with it. So overall, it's a final 5.7 out of 10 for me. I'm glad to be done with it, but its ending has some mild fun value. So, if you want to drag yourself through the show and simplify it, This one you can check out and decide for yourself. And that about wraps up the era of Kong the Animated Series. Join me next time when we take Kong back to the 70s as he takes on a certain Italian fishy. So until the next video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms, signing off for now.